Most people picking a laptop for storage make the exact same mistake. They buy 512 gigabytes, and 6 months later, they are out of space. Now they're paying $300 for an external drive, juggling cables, losing files on shoot day. That is not a storage problem. That is a buying decision problem. I ranked 5 laptops today by one thing: which one actually holds your life? And one of these looks incredible on the spec sheet, but will quietly destroy your workflow. I will tell you exactly which one. Stick around for the end. There is one storage spec almost nobody checks before buying a laptop. It's the difference between fast and useless. Here's the truth nobody tells you. A 4K photo shoot, 1 hour, eats 80 to 120 gigabytes. A single day of video footage in RAW, that's 300 gigabytes. Gone. On a 512 gig laptop, you're 2 days from hitting the wall. And when you hit that wall on a deadline, you know what happens. Your Lightroom catalog slows to a crawl. Your Premiere project starts dropping frames. You start deleting things you wish you hadn't. The wrong laptop costs you more than money. It costs you work. It costs you clients. It costs you that one shot you cannot retake. So here are the 5 best laptops for people who actually fill hard drives, ranked from worst to first. Real quick, if you're shopping for a laptop this week or this month, hit subscribe. I cover this stuff every week, and I will save you from a purchase you regret. And stay for the end. That one spec I mentioned, it matters more than anything on this list. Okay, let's get into it. Number 5, MacBook Air M5. Apple just doubled the base storage on the Air. That's the headline, and it's real progress. The M5 chip handles Lightroom, Affinity Photo, and browser tabs without flinching. This thing is genuinely fast for everyday creative work. That 15-inch liquid retina display, colors are accurate, P3 wide gamut, you will not squint at your RAW files anymore. Battery goes 18 hours. You'll fly coast to coast and still have juice. No other laptop on this list can say that. At $1,299, it's the most affordable entry here. But here's the thing, and this matters. The base model ships with only 512 gigabytes. If you shoot RAW or edit video, that's full in one good weekend of work. You need to spec up to 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes, and Apple charges a painful premium for that. The 2 terabyte version lands at $1,699. Also, no dedicated GPU. Heavy video rendering will be noticeably slower than every other machine below this one. Number 4, Dell XPS 16. The Dell XPS 16 has the most beautiful screen on any Windows laptop right now. Full stop. 4K OLED, every color pops. If you edit video or grade photos on this screen, you will immediately see what your old monitor was hiding from you. The RTX 4060 GPU means Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, and After Effects move the way they should. Renders that choke a lesser machine, this eats them quietly. Up to 2 terabytes of internal PCIe SSD storage, and 32 gigabytes of RAM keeps your Lightroom catalog open while Premiere is importing in the background. Now, the trade-off, battery life on this machine is not great. Expect 6 to 7 hours under real workload. If you lose power mid-shoot or mid-edit, this laptop does not forgive you. Bring the charger always. And pricing gets steep fast. The 2 terabyte config, that's close to $3,000. You're paying for the display and the GPU. If both matter to you, it's worth every cent. If you just need storage, there are smarter buys. Number 3, Lenovo Legion Pro 7i Gen 10. This is the only laptop on this list where you can literally pop in more storage later. 2 M.2 NVMe slots. That means you start at 2 terabytes today and add another 4 terabytes tomorrow for about $150. No other machine here gives you that. The RTX 5070 GPU handles 4K video exports the way a desktop GPU does. Batch editing 500 RAW files, done before you finish your coffee. That QHD plus 240Hz display is sharp and fast. Not as color accurate as the Dell OLED, but close enough for most professional work. At around $2,000, this is the machine that grows with you.
If losing a 4K project file because your drive is full would cost you a client worth $2,000, this laptop pays for itself that day. The trade-off is weight, 5.5 pounds. This is a desktop replacement that happens to travel. Don't pretend otherwise. Battery life is also around 4 to 5 hours under any real creative workload. The power brick goes everywhere with this one. Number 2. Asus ProArt P16. Nobody expected Asus to threaten the MacBook Pro, and yet, here we are. The Asus ProArt P16 ships with 64 gigabytes of RAM. That's double what most creators run on. Your Lightroom catalog, your Premiere timeline, your DaVinci Resolve session, all open at the same time. No slowdown. That 4K OLED at 120 Hz is stunning. Color accuracy is professional grade, close to 100% DCI-P3. What you see on this screen is what your client sees. Storage starts at 2 terabytes PCIe, and unlike Apple's soldered memory, you can open the back and add another drive. The RTX 5070 GPU makes AI-assisted editing tools like Lightroom's denoise and generative fill run in real time instead of minutes. Pricing is around $2,500 for the 2 terabyte RTX 5070 build. A similarly spec'd MacBook Pro, that's $3,500 minimum. The savings here are real. The only honest caveat, battery life off the charger is around 8 hours at light use, less under heavy workloads. The M5 MacBook Air still destroys it there. But for raw creative performance and storage value, nothing on Windows comes close at this price. Number 1. MacBook Pro 16 with M4 Pro. The MacBook Pro 16 with M4 Pro is the best laptop ever made for storage-heavy work. That statement is not up for debate. Here's why. The M4 Pro SSD in this machine is twice the speed of the SSD in the M4 generation, not slightly faster, twice. That means your 1 terabyte Lightroom catalog opens the way a text document opens. No spinning, no waiting. Instant. The Liquid Retina XDR display is the reference standard. Photographers and video editors use this screen to calibrate everything else they own. What you see on this display is the truth. Battery life, 21 hours under real-world use. That's not a marketing number. That's what professional reviewers measured. You can work a full day, fly to another city, and still have power when you land. And storage goes up to 8 terabytes. 8 on a laptop. Photographers who shoot tens of thousands of RAW files, this machine carries your entire archive. Now, the honest thing. Apple's storage pricing is borderline criminal. Going from 512 to 1 terabyte adds $200. Going to 2 terabytes adds another $400. You need at least 1 terabyte. Budget for it. The base model at 512 is not a real option for anyone who actually fills hard drives. Get the 1 terabyte at $26.99 minimum. If you store video projects, get the 2 terabytes at $28.99. You will thank yourself every day. Okay, here's the one thing. The spec that separates a storage laptop from a laptop that just has storage. SSD generation. Not the number of terabytes, not the brand, the generation. PCIe Gen 4 versus PCIe Gen 3. A PCIe Gen 4 SSD reads at 7,000 megabytes per second. A Gen 3 SSD reads at around 3,500. That's literally twice the speed on the same amount of storage for the same price. Here's what that means in real life. Scrubbing through a 4K timeline in Premiere, smooth on Gen 4, choppy on Gen 3. Opening a 500-image Lightroom catalog, instant on Gen 4, 40 seconds on Gen 3. Before you buy any laptop, Google the exact model name plus SSD generation. If it's Gen 3 or older, keep looking. Every laptop on today's list runs Gen 4 or faster. That's not an accident. You came here because you're tired of running out of storage at the worst moment. Now you know exactly which machine stops that. All 5 laptops and their Amazon links are in the description below. I update them when prices change. If this video saved you from buying the wrong thing, hit the like button. It helps other creators and photographers find this before they blow $1,000 on 512 gigabytes. Next week, I'm breaking down the best external SSDs to pair with any of these machines, including which ones are fast enough to edit from directly. That changes everything about how you travel. Pick the right machine, fill it up.